Hey guys, it's Aussie Reptilez here, and today I'm here with Joe Ball. We're just going to check out his collection. We'll start with the monitors, and then in a separate video I'll do his blue tongues and some other things. So let's get started.
Cool. So yeah, with the monitors, what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at Australia's biggest 4 monitors, and we're going to kick off with the ultimate. We're going to kick off with the Perentie. And where we are, we're in my big breeder cage. This is a cage that's, as you can see, you can walk in and you can make yourself feel at home with the Perenties if you like. It's six meters wide by 3 meters deep, and what we've got in here, we've got 2 females and we've got a male. So I'll attempt to catch one. These are pretty amenable to handling, so this is one of the females here. She's having a shed, as you can see there. These 2 girls, this girl, I grew up from small, and she's puppy dog tame, but even on a hot day, they're you have to be careful with them because they've got very sharp claws, and yeah, that's a good shot there. You really realise that you're living with dinosaurs when you can get a close shot like that. You can almost give that a kiss, couldn't you, love? Now, I'll pass her over to Jake. So put one hand underneath there, Jake, like that, and then one hand on the tail like that. Try to avoid the claws, but it is you that's going to bleed, not me, so I'm not too worried.
These are much bigger than what we work with at school.
I'll grab the other female here. This one is a little bit more flighty, but yeah, these 2 are siblings, and yeah, there you go. Put those down. The big boy's a little bit more timid, but if you
There we go.
And in the enclosure, we've got this trailer that I found it on this property when I first moved in, and didn't really know what to do with it, but it turned out to be a good piece of furniture for these guys, because when they're basking, they'll hop up here and have a bask, and then on a hotter day, which is what it is today, they get right underneath. We'll move on to the next cage. We've got 2 smaller Perenties. These are 2 that I bred not this last season, the season before. These guys are coming up to 18 months of age, so pretty big, but obviously not as big as the adults, but they're getting there. So you've got a female there, and then you've got a male there just sticking his head out of the log. There it is. So yeah, that's a young pair, and the male that we were trying to disturb in the other cage, that's their dad. So okay, so in here, Jake, we've got the mum of those 2 younger animals, and as you can see by the holes that are scattered around the cage, she's coming up to lay again. They're test holes. What they'll do is they'll scratch for little holes that have potential for her to deposit her eggs in. Obviously she scratched those and she's hit the side of the enclosure and figured that they're not suitable. But what she's found under here, where I've stacked the soil up, she's got a big hole there, and there she is there. You can see when you look at her that she's quite plump. She's clearly got some eggs in there, and over the next few days she'll work that hole a bit bigger, I'd imagine, and get right under this soil and lay some eggs. So hopefully we'll have some more baby Perenties. It's been hit and miss breeding these guys. I've bred them a couple of times and missed another couple of times, so I never hold too much hope, so that when you do crack it, it's all the better. Okay, so you've seen Australia's biggest monitor. This, I would say, it's debated a little bit, but this guy would be number 2. This is the lace monitor. Some people say that Perenties is the second biggest. I've even quoted it as being the second biggest myself, the Perenties, on a video before, but having been corrected, it's pretty safe to say that the Lacey here would be Australia's second biggest monitor. This wouldn't be the biggest specimen either, but he's a fair size. And this is the Bell's form of the lace monitor, which is typified by the awesome black and white coloration. And as you can see, he's pretty stunning. Okay, so here we've got number 3. As we said, some of the specimens of Perenties will get as big as Lacey's. So, as we said before, Lacey's and Perenties can be of similar size. But let's run with number 3. This is number 3, and as you can see, she's a bit of a bitch. She will happily give me a serve. I'll leave her in her cage. I think you got a fair example of her. So yeah, that's number 3. That's Varanus Perenties, or the yellow spotted monitor. Okay, so number 4, you've got the Spencer's monitor, and this guy, whilst he's a very stunning individual, is also probably the crankiest monitor I own. So when I put my hand in here, he's very keen to take a piece of me, aren't you, mate? Eh? There you go. And this guy will literally eat anything. I think when Dav Kaufman filmed him, he likened him to the local garbage disposal. We fed him a few things and he literally just cleaned up. These guys will actually eat and eat and eat until they die. So I think where a lot of these guys are coming across food isn't necessarily that easy. So when they've got food, they'll eat it. And one thing with these, I see them in other people's collections, that it's very easy to get them obese. And in fact, this guy was a bit fat, but I've trimmed him down, and I don't think he likes me because of that. Cut your food back, didn't I, mate? Eh? Not happy. Kiss? You want to give me a kiss? Oh, maybe not. Okay, so we've looked at Australia's biggest 4 monitors. We're now going to look at an edition that's been on licence here in Queensland for a number of years, but only over the last few years have some keepers actually been able to keep them. So what we're talking about is the emerald tree monitor, the Varanus prasinus, and as you can see, they are simply stunning. They would be the number 1 sought after reptile in Australia. This is the male, and it's not too bad to handle. We'll give him a little run. They love to find high vantage points, and always wants to run up my arm. And there you go.
So you said that they have the prehensile tails.
Yeah, that's a genuine prehensile tail. I mean, some reptile species have long tails and people call them prehensile, but the term prehensile is actually meant for when they use the tail as an extra limb. So when climbing through trees and so on, they will actually use that tail to hang off things. So it's like a 5th leg, if you like. At some point I'll start doing some introductions. He decides he wants introductions today by the looks of things. You're gonna hop in, mate, and see what she says, eh? Whoa. Okay, so that's your emerald tree monitor.
Okay guys, thank you for watching. As always, I really hope you enjoyed the video. It was an awesome experience going to Joe's place and filming his collection and checking it out in person. Make sure you guys stay tuned for the Bluey video. But besides that, like the video if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.